All right, ladies and gentlemen, a couple minutes ago, we got an interesting area of expertise from you folks. And we're going to bring him out in just a second. But first, I'm going to need to get a couple of people out of the audience. So you, sir, up front, please. Thank you. And you, who won't look at me, come on up front, please. All right, come on. That's all I need. All right. So we got two of our people over here with Jim. We got two more people over here with Jennifer. Now the way this works, we're going to bring out our expert in a little bit. And we're going to have some questions for him. I'll come out into the audience. You guys will have some questions for him as well. But every once in a while, he's going to talk about something that we need to look at, something that maybe he brought a slide about. And at that moment, I'm going to say, did you bring a slide about that? And he'll say yes, and we'll either turn to you guys or turn to you guys. And you're going to strike some kind of pose that doesn't make any sense, and our expert is going to explain what's going on. All right? So get some questions ready for expert, because you remember what the expertise is. And let's give a big round of applause to bring him in. Good evening. Thanks for coming to the show.
Yeah, no problem. Good to see you. How you doing?
Well, I'm great. Well, what's your name, sir?
Yeah, my name's Bob.
Bob.
Yeah.
What's your last name, Bob?
Chalism.
Bob Chalism. Well, all right, that's fine. Wait, why don't you share with our audience at home? What you're an expert in, sir?
I'm an expert in eating raw meat.
Eating raw meat? Wow, that's got to be dangerous. How'd you get started with that?
Well, I'll tell you, my mom wasn't much of a cook.
So it's kind of an accident.
Well, we pretty much had to fend for ourselves.
Well, how did you do that?
Well, I'd just go out and see what I could find, and, then I was on my own because I kept eating my little sister's pets, and so they kicked me out, but ever since then I've been an expert at eating raw meat.
Well, you're a gentleman living on the edge, I can tell you
Well,
that.
that's how I roll. I've been spending my whole life eating raw meat and looking for a woman named Angel in a leopard dress.
We might be able to help you out with that later, sir. Well, let me ask you, is it okay if maybe I go out in the audience and get some questions for you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't mind questions.
Maybe I'll come down here
all the time.
Get questions on that. Yes. All right. When was the last time that you saw a bunny?
Lunch?
That's pretty recently. Where'd you get it?
Found it?
Where'd you find it?
Sister's bedroom?
Wow, that's interesting. I don't suppose you maybe have a picture of that.
Oh, sure. I took a picture while I was in there. You want to see it?
I'd love to see it. Let's take a look.
I don't know. It's over here. I thought it was over there. I'm all
Sure,
confused.
it's over here.
Well, let me tell you what happened. I went in there, and my sister was standing there with her hand attached to her neck. She ain't a pretty girl. Dad was in there, and he was hoping to distract me by pretending to be a big rat. But nope, I grabbed the bunny with the fangs immediately. And I ate him. Which I thought would be funnier.
Well, thanks for bringing that slide.
Yeah, sure, that's no problem.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Yes, sir. What's your question?
Have you ever eaten an animal that was bald?
Have you ever eaten an animal that was bald?
You making fun of my dad? Because I'll come down there. Yeah, I like to skin them before I eat them.
Really? Why is that?
Well, I tell you, sometimes I get the fur stuck in my teeth. It's like fur floss.
I bet that can be annoying.
Yeah, it creates dental hygiene issues.
You want to be aware of that.
In fact, I remember the first time I got a big piece of big piece of animal fur stuck between my teeth. I had to go to the dentist.
You did?
Yep, I had to go to the dentist and say, hey, you got to get this out.
Did they take any x-rays of that?
Oh, yeah, they took x-rays, they took pictures, they took home movies. I thought I was in charge of mission.
Wow. Well, I don't suppose you brought one of those pictures with you today.
Oh, sure I did. Wouldn't come without one.
Well, let's take a look at it.
Okay. It's kind of a slow slide.
Right. We have a new guy working the projector right now.
So here's what happened. I went in and I said, hey, where's the dentist? And the dental hygienist said, oh, he's out surfing. And I said, is he any good at it? She said, no, he stinks. So they gave me his assistant, and she was kind of cute, and she said, put me down in the chair, and then she prayed over me. And I was healed. It was amazing.
Thanks for bringing that slide.
Sure.
What kind of animal are you chewing on right now? That's a great question.
What time is it?
9:30?
Oh, I think it's a little bit of dinner left over. What did I have for dinner? Oh, it's Alex.
Alex?
Yeah, my sister's iguana. Hey, you get a piece of iguana in here, that'll last you for 14 days. You just got to make sure you take it out before you go to sleep. Because I did that one time. I was hocking up iguana for 2 hours. It weren't pretty.
How long ago did you eat your first iguana?
How long did I eat my first iguana?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I've been eating iguanas ever since I was a little iguana myself. No, I'm just telling tales.
Wow. Well, that's.
Heck, I got pictures of the first time I ate an iguana.
Wow, it's like you knew I was going to ask you
I
that.
did, I'm like Saki.
Well, let's take a look at one of those
The
pictures.
picture first time I ate an iguana?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I got one of those right over here. Then my sister had that hand stuck to her neck. Well, she grew it up a little. Still ain't pretty. So I ate that iguana, I gotta be honest, it didn't agree with me.
Really?
So my dad tried to strangle it.
Tried to strangle the iguana?
Yeah,
Wow, why was he doing that?
because it made me sick, and he's a very protective father.
Well, good for him.
Yeah, that was right after Father's Day when I got him that shirt that he didn't like.
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing that slide. Do you have time for one more question?
Oh, shoot, I got all the time you need. I got me this iguana. This will last me.
Sure, yeah, that's great. How about you back here with a question? Wow. You guys are asleep? What's going on? All right. Yes, sir.
When was the last time you had fruit?
When was the last time that you ate fruit?
I think that was 1987.
Wow.
Well, wait a minute. Do loops count?
Do what?
Loops.
Loops.
Yeah, Fruit Loops. You know what I'm saying? Man, what am I going to put all the jokes together for you?
Well, I don't know if they count or not, but when did you eat the Fruit Loops?
Oh, shoot, I had Fruit Loops yesterday.
Really?
Had me a big old bowl. Like me them Fruit Loops. What I'll do is I'll put the Fruit Loops in. It makes so comfortable, long story. I'll take the Fruit Loops, I'll put them in the bowl, I'll put a little milk on there, I'll let them get soggy, throw in a couple chunks of iguana. Man, does that make two cans Sam mad.
You know, I was thinking you should put together some sort of cookbook.
You think?
Yeah, why not?
Dude, I could do
You got
that.
all these ideas, you got all these pictures.
Yeah,
What's your
actually-
favorite thing to make?
My favorite thing to make, you don't get too close, I might mistake you for breakfast. I think my favorite thing to make is stuffed raccoon.
Really?
Yep. little iguana in it.
Wow. Have you done this before?
Oh yeah, shoot, I was no more older than this little lady right here first time I made me a stuffed raccoon.
Wow. I don't suppose there was a camera around for this, was there?
No.
That's too bad.
But luckily, my aunt painted a picture.
Ooh.
Had it turned into a slide.
Can we take a look at it?
First time I made stuffed raccoon?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Let's see.
You know, it takes a little time to really take this one in. We should look at it for a while.
The use of colors is just really dramatic.
Is it just me or is it out of focus?
A little bit.
So here's what happened. I got me.
Wow.
Yeah, part of the people in the slide were drunk. I wasn't alone when I was doing this. My great-grandfather was helping me. And he was helping me. And I said, hey, great-grandfather, how much iguana you think you could get inside this raccoon? So he looked. Not the end I would have chose to look at. But he's my great-grandfather. What, am I going to argue with him? So I tell you, he went and he looked inside that raccoon, and a drunk lady jumped out. I thought that was kind of freaky, so I called the assistant dental hygienist to come over and pray for her.
Now we have about 15 more seconds before the end of the show. I was wondering if you could share with the audience what you were sharing with me back in the back. You know, that little poem?
Oh!
Your slogan, if you will. You can sing it if you'd like you did for me. In fact, if you wanted to dance with it, chair out of your way for you if you need room.
Nah, that's all right. I think you've been more than helpful.
15 seconds. I'm sorry, I was thinking of something earlier.
This works better if it's a rap, so could you give me a little...
No.
It's real good when you eat raw meat. But make sure you share it with your kid. And if you can't